Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Sympathy Kiss, continuing Hika's route. We love him. I know, look, and I still think it's the strangest thing ever, but here we go. Anyway, also, you will probably hear my washing machine. I know you guys can never hear it when it's on, but I am washing sheets, so that means when it goes on its spin cycle, which actually might be after we're done playing. But when it goes on its spin cycle, it means it gets thrown all off kilter and you just hear it going da-thunk, 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 and trying to, fling itself out of the laundry room because, all the sheets get wrapped up and they turn into a giant ball and throw everything out of whack. It's really fucking annoying. Doesn't do that with towels, doesn't do it with clothes, only does it with sheets, or blankets if you're washing blankets, because they also turn into a big fucking ball. And then they don't spin properly and everything because, it doesn't have an agitator in the middle. The agitator in the middle is nice for sheets because it stops it from doing that. But it's nice to not have the agitator for like everything because you're like, then I could just fit more stuff in there. The agitator takes up a lot of room. And then your underwear don't get somehow wrapped around and you're like, how the fuck is the leg of my underwear through the agitator? Or the fact that your bra strap is always over the damn thing and you're like, what the fuck? I need one of those fancy ass ones that have like the agitator that you can like remove. Like that. That's worth the money, Because you're like, when I'm doing sheets, I want that in there. God, so annoying. Anyway, hopefully you don't hear it thonk it out of whack. I know I'm going to hear it later and be like, oh dear God. One of these days, it's going to all of a sudden fall down the stairs and they're going to somehow get out of the fucking laundry room and going to gain sentience. Oh, that's terrifying. Anyway, the next day, I spent the day with Higa and Hinata. Of course we did, because we're married now. Not really, but yes. I bet there's one around here. Hinata crouched down in the weeds of the park, making him look even smaller than he already was, looking for a four-leaf clover. He learned about four-leaf clovers at daycare and was engrossed in looking for one. I mean, it's just because that's what you'd be looking for in the weeds. I guess they're not so easy to find, huh? If they were, we'd all have great luck. He was right. All we could find in the grass were three-leaf clovers. Despite the park being covered with clovers, it was still tough to find one with four leaves. I thought there'd be one here for sure. I have two? I have at least one. I think I have two, actually. My best friend, even though we haven't talked in a while. Like, we talk on birthdays, like, oh, but like, we've become vastly different people, but it's still one of those, like, I've known you since I was 11 years old. It's really hard to, like, kind of disconnect yourself from people like that. You know what I mean? Especially when you're like, wow, our political values do not line up at fucking all. No, this is horrible. What happened to you? And I'm sure she thinks the same thing about me, but it's one of those, like, but you have the memories growing up and spending your whole life being besties with this person that it's like, it's so hard to that's a whole other psychological problem, psychoanalyzing, we don't need to do. Anyway, her brother at one point, like, the house he was living in, he had a ton of fucking clovers in his backyard. She's like, you could always find four-leaf clovers there. So we, like, went to his house one time when I was visiting her, and we were, like, picking through his backyard, and yeah, no, I found two. Like, shit. Like, no fucking lie. I had, because, I mean, technically I still do, even though, like, I had a shamrock plant that was my grandmother's. And, like, I had a little pot, and it would grow, but it never had four-leaf clovers in that fucking thing. And it's funny, because shamrocks are kind of like and, like, clover plants and everything are the kind that just kind of, like, grow. And then they're, like, as long as the seeds are kind of still in there, like, even if, like, whatever, they die, they'll come back. Mine never did. But then I accidentally knocked the pot over, so, like, I basically have a pot with dirt in it that I've had for fucking forever. It's probably, like, I want to get, like, a little thing, like, clovers to, like, but you could only get it as, like, ground cover in, like, 50-pound packets, like you're a farmer or some shit. You're like, I just want a little seed pack of shamrock, like, clovers that I can just sprinkle in my little pot and grow them back, but, like, no. I also should not be in charge of plants because I killed them. I couldn't keep the shamrock plant alive. I can't keep air plants alive. I killed my cactus. The plant that I have that is alive, that I've had for like 20 years, I'm not sure how. I really don't know. That poor plant. It might be plastic. It's not, but like, I have a rancid, festering black thumb, okay? It's not even a brown thumb. It's nowhere near a green. It is like festering rot, decay, and death. I might be death. I don't know. Anyway, for plants, I am. My poor plant. Poor bird. I don't know how you're still alive. It's because you can feed yourself. And it's because you have food everywhere. That's why. And then you eat my food. But you could feed yourself. That's why. The plants cannot water themselves. Anyway. How about we take a break, Hinata? Higa stood up and gasped. I wondered what happened and looked up. Excuse me. Yamamoto looked meek. I've been looking for you. I realize how this must look. I must look like some kind of a stalker or something, but I had to apologize for yesterday. Upon hearing that, Higa's tense body seemed to relax. Shall we talk over on that bench for a moment? We also we're now dating him and we keep calling him Higa. Like, and he referred to us to Hinata as Spacey, fine, but like he keeps calling us Miss Amasawa. I'm gonna need you to drop the miss and call me by my first name, Jesus. I escorted Yamamoto. Oh no, I'm him. I escorted Yamamoto to the bench and we sat down next to each other. Hinata and Amasawa continued looking for four-leaf clovers a short distance away, like this. We should be calling each other by our first names. I'm so sorry. I got too emotional and I said some truly horrific things. I realize this won't make up for what I said, but please allow me to apologize. Yamamoto bowed deeply to me before I could say anything. There was no trace of bitterness or anger. She meant everything she said. It's hard thinking I drove her to all this. The way I left the group was wrong, and perhaps I turned a blind eye to the fallout because I thought I could leave it all behind. Please raise your head. Yamamoto looked up at me. Her expression was completely serious. What you said yesterday was truly terrible. But my son and that woman over there weren't the reason I quit being an idol. Yes, even I know that what I said was crazy. I'm very sorry. I'd like to apologize to them later, too. I hope you do. But I know I bear some responsibility for this, too. I ran off last night, but we need to confront this issue. Yamamoto brushed her hair out of her face before speaking. I'm sure you know that I supported your group from the very beginning. Whatever difficult things happen in my own life, I could smile again thanks to your music. I mean, and that's valid. Because, like, that's how we feel sometimes. You're like, everything is up. This song is a banger. Yeah, this makes me feel better. I feel better about the world. I mean, for the brief moment the song's on and then the bitterness comes back. You all kept me going. I still remembered her from back then. She came to every concert. We took so many photos together, and I'd met her more times than I could count. She never had a favorite member either. She liked us all equally. Aww! Yamamoto's a harem girly! But when you quit, Higa... Yes, I was upset, but I thought I'd be okay if the group kept going. But after you left, everything fell apart. There was a hole with your absence, and they got less popular. Oh, Higa, you were keeping them popular. They got less popular because you weren't there, and you kept saying that, like, I think it's sad, but it's kind of adorable. Because, like, he said when he showed us his idol picture, I can still see that clear as day in my head. He was like, I was never that popular. I was kind of always in the background or whatever. And she's like, the whole band fell apart because you weren't there. Like, you weren't the Justin Timberlake of the NSYNC, but the band still fucking fell apart without you. Like, that's kind of adorable. They became less popular because you weren't there. So you were more popular than you thought, which is kind of sweet. Little by little, the group faded away, and I rarely saw them perform anymore. In the end, they broke up. Her voice lowered into a whisper. She looked away, hiding her wet eyes. I mean, because I feel like, a lot of, well, I mean, most, I feel like there's, my brain doesn't want to work. There's cases for it being either way. There's like bands that it's like in sync, it's the same members, and if one member left and a new one came in, you'd be like, oh, okay, like one person. But like, and then there's other groups where it's like they just keep rotating members in and out, and you're like, this band, and you're like, well, I mean, when they started in 1997, they had these five guys, and now in 2025, they're totally different five guys, but like, whatever, it's the same group. But it's not the same group anymore, and it hasn't been the same group, like, for a while. Like, once the all five original, I mean, you get to a point where you're like, if a member leaves and a new one comes in, the Beatles are still the Beatles, even though Pete Best was replaced by Ringo Starr, okay? Like, because they weren't really famous when Pete Best was the drummer, you know what I mean? I feel very old having this knowledge. Listen, I was not old enough to be a Beatlemaniac in the 60s, but I was a weird freak in high school who was like obsessed with them anyway, even though it was like way before my time. I actually remember having a Beatles Trivial Pursuit. I might still have it. Do I? Where did that go? It might be in my garage somewhere in a box. I don't know. And like, because somebody got it for me, and I remember like my parents had family friends over, and they were like, oh, because it was like their music. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, we could do it. And I still beat them all at it because I knew more. Because I was that much of a weirdo. Could I play it and win it? Fuck no, I don't remember anything. But like, I used to know it all. Ugh. I had to clear out most of that for the man harem. But I remember the whole Pete Best Ringo Starr thing. Anyway, not the point. But like, there were still then. But if you got rid of Ringo and you replaced someone else, you're like, oh, okay, that sucks. And then you get rid of George Harrison and someone else comes in and you're like, when did they stop becoming the Beatles and just become a new band? You know what I mean? Is it like a 50-50 thing? Like one person leaves and you replace with someone new. You're like, oh, okay, we had to replace the drummer or so-and-so because whatever. Does it like, because that's semantics and it's like, I guess you could argue anyway, like, oh, well, as long as the lead singer's the same. But what happens when all the rest of the band members are the same and they switch out the lead singer? Is it really the same band? You know what I mean? Like, anyone remember Rockstar INXS when they were trying to find a lead singer for INXS because the lead singer for INXS, like, is dead? I mean, this was fucking in the early 2000s-ish. So, like, is it really INXS if, like, the guy who sang all the songs is a different person and you were also potentially going to replace him with a woman? Which, I mean, I'm not saying anything like a woman, but I mean, like, are you really INXS then? Like, does it the same? You know what I mean? It's one of those things like, where's the line of when a band is the same band? You know? So, like, I'm sure there are, like, K-pop groups, J-pop group, whatever, where it's like, when they started this, all the people now are totally different. It's not even the same group. They use the same name and it's the same idol group, but they're different idols than they were when they started. And it's just like, that's just the way it is. But it's one of those, like, is it though? Is it the same group? Like, I don't know. I don't know why that came up. But, like, Higa left. They could have replaced him with somebody. But they didn't. You know? They probably still could have gone on if they had some other dude in orange. But, like, you can't taste the rainbow if part of the rainbow's missing, you know? I don't know that they all had rainbow colors, but I'm just going to imagine. So, she looked away, hiding her wet eyes. I just like that he's more important to the group than he thought he was. After a while, I heard a rumor that you quit show business and got married. The rumors grew and grew. People said you got married before you quit and that you married a person from your staff. In my mind, I knew those were just rumors. Besides, even if they were true, you had every right to get married and have a family. And he had every right to get married and have a family, even still being an idol. It was just, that's too much for him. So he made a choice, and that's valid. But my heart just refused to agree. The only way I could deal with my own issues was to blame everything that went wrong on you for leaving the group. That's a little crazy, and you might need therapy. very, very sorry. See, I can't be mad at her for throwing a hissy fit and being a psycho because she had one moment and then the next day she's like, I'm sorry, I acted irrationally and I realized that was insane. You haven't been acting irrational and angry. I mean, you have been most of your life. I mean, for however many years anyway, since Higa left the group. At least 5 years, probably. But we haven't seen the examples of that. Not like Bitch Chan over there who was acting like a bitch the whole thing. The other woman who showed up acting like a... She had like 1 minute of being a psycho. So like, I'm willing to forgive her more than I would of other people. You know what I mean? Like in Boss Babe's route, that girl, you were like, fuck this bitch trying to ruin his goddamn life! And it's like, then when she has her little moment, you're like, okay, we'll forgive her now. But like, you know what? I still would have kicked her in front of a train throughout the whole route. Because she wasn't being a bitch the whole route. She's been a bitch for 5 minutes. It's fine. Psycho and like crazy. And girl, you need therapy. But like, I'm willing to forgive it because, again, you were like a psycho for 5 minutes. Whatevs. Yamamoto bowed again. I think I owe you an apology too. But again, it's because the route's also shorter because he's a secret love interest, so they just kind of like condensed it. If they had given him the extra chapters, she would have been crazy longer and made her life hell and blah, 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 blah. And you know what I mean? They just had to throw in a little drama, and this is like, just this little drama, and you're like, it's one sprinkle. It's not even sprinkles on a cake. It's one. You're like, I got one fucking sprinkle on this cake? Cake was supposed to come with sprinkles. You got one. That's it. Like, what the fuck? So, I'm not begrudging it. It's totally fine. I don't mind not having drama. Like, I do not mind having a slightly fluffy sort of route, kind of. So, what you mentioned before were just rumors. I got married after retiring. But falling in love was a large part of the reason I decided to quit. I wasn't a particularly popular member of the group, and I thought it wouldn't impact them very much if I quit. That's not true! I flinched, surprised by her interjection. Yamamoto's eyebrows shot up when she realized her mistake. Oh, I'm sorry. But please, just let me say this. You were very important to the group. Again, I like how he's like, I'm not that important. She's like, yes, you were. Did you not hear when the group fell apart after you left? If you weren't that important, yes, your fans specifically would have been sad when you left the group. And they would have been like, oh, my favorite left, but that's okay. And then they would have gotten a new guy, and then I guess we have to find someone new. Or they would have been like, fuck this group, I'm not going to follow him anymore. And then new people would have found the group because of the new guy or whatever. But like, you made the whole thing collapse. You're more of the shining star than you think, you know? I was a fan of the group from the beginning, so trust me, I know. Thank you. And I'm sorry for hurting you. For hurting everyone. Yamamoto quietly shook her head. Her expression remained calm. It may be too late now, but let me say this. Seeing the fans smiling up at us, it brought me so much joy. But now, I have a responsibility to bring joy first and foremost to the people I love. But thank you for all your support all those years ago. Idol Higa is so fucking funny still to me. Can we see that picture again? Does he have more? I assumed they had finished talking as the two of them walked over to us. Yamamoto stood in front of Hanada and bowed deeply. I'm sorry for saying those terrible things to you. It's okay. I don't mind anymore. I don't even remember. I'm 5. No, I'm just kidding. Kids have fucking vast memories sometimes. Also, look what we found. I'll give it to you. Hanada's hand shot out, holding a 4-leaf clover. This kid's gonna make me cry. Our sassy lost child is so adorable. Stop it. I am not supposed to have these emotions, child. I'm supposed to be like, oh, that's cute, not like, my God, why is he so adorable? I love him and want to protect him. Stop it. Stop it, game. Stop it. I still have not accepted that I am in love with a man who has a child, and I'm totally okay with it. Like, I am not okay with this. I'm totally okay with this, but I'm not okay with the fact that I'm okay with it. I'm still having a crisis over here, okay? My existential crisis is going to include this. Like, when I have to face my existential crises that I have on a regular basis, this is one of them. Because this is not me. I don't know what's happening anymore. Cats and dogs living together! Oh my god. Are you sure, Hinata? You were looking for that all day.
It's okay, because she looked so sad yesterday. Four-leaf clovers are supposed to bring happiness and good luck, so maybe something good will happen now.
Hinata grinned at her, and Yamamoto started to cry, wiping tears off her face. Thank you. Yamamoto bowed one last time before making her exit. She didn't apologize to me, but like, whatever. Her coming over and apologizing to our child is totally more than I need, to be fair. I'm not gonna be like, bitch didn't apologize to me. I feel like saying that because that's me being a grouchy bitch, and I need to like cover the fact that I'm like, that's so nice that she apologized to my child. And it's like, you know, wait, I can't be this person. So my cover, she didn't apologize to me. But honestly, I'm not mad at her for it, to be real, but she gripped the four-leaf clover that Hinata had given her tightly. Because, like, she's not mad at us, and she lashed out, and we get it. So I'm like, she doesn't need to. She apologized to Higa and Hinata. Those are the important people. A week passed since that day. Higa and I were visiting the talent agency that he used to be part of. This is going to be so fun. We stood in front of a large building facing a digital billboard. Higa sighed so quietly that it was nearly drowned out by the city's hustle and bustle. I can't wait to see what happens here. I know I look terrible right now. I thought I was ready to come back here, but I'm still so nervous. My washing machine is so loud when it drains. Even at work, Higa started to speak to me more casually when we were alone. It made us feel less like coworkers and more like lovers. Maybe he could start calling you Spacey. I pointed at the digital billboard playing an idol group's most recent music video to distract him. I began explaining that it was from an idol group that had just recently debuted. Their debut single had been tearing through the charts, and their popularity soared. You know what would be really funny is if Higa was secretly, like, writing music and stuff, like writing song lyrics and shit, just for funsies in a notebook, and then instead of being stuck in sales where he's not the best at it, and everybody's like, he's a slow learner. He's like, and I now, even though I wanted to act and I'm not good at it, I can write songs for idol groups. Bitch! And then just be happy and have people actually not call him slow. I just need something better for our precious one, okay? Because everyone calling him slow is so mean. And Yoshioka working him to the bone while the man's got a kid. Mean. Rude. Why is everyone beating down on my poor wallflower? I mean, I know I did it, but I accept my faults, and I have since corrected them. And now I adore him. So I will protect him. The irony is not lost on me, guys. Their debut single had been tearing through the charts, and their popularity soared. I think I read that. I'm very distracted by my washing machine just making a ridiculous amount of noise. Not bad, like, normal running noises, but holy fucking shit. Wow, you sure know your stuff. I can't help but feel a little proud. Like our group helped pave the way for these guys at the agency. Were you like the first boy band ever? Our mindless chatting seemed to calm Higa's nerves a bit. Alright, let's go. We walked inside, and an employee Higa knew welcomed us in. It's been a while, Higa. We haven't seen each other since you quit the agency. Indeed it has. I mentioned it in the email, but I'd like to discuss some things with your company today, too. There's no need to be so formal. I'm sorry. I guess I'm just a little nervous. You haven't changed a bit, have you? This guy used to get so nervous before he went on stage. Guess some things never change. You're like, do you still have his jacket? Tell me you've got his jacket. Can we put it on him? Can we dress him up like an idol? Is there a dress up Higa like an idol game in this? I really want to lean into it with this person. I want to be like, okay, wait a minute. Please tell me you have an outfit that would fit him and we can dress him up like the idol he used to be. Can we do this? Can we play dress up? Can we? Yes, agency person. Let's go. You guys like, oh, we're like, this is what you get. All right. You don't have to tease me about that anymore. I'm practically an old man now. Their familiarity immediately changed the atmosphere. Look at Higa blushing. It's adorable. I knew that our meeting was sure to go well. I really wish there was a like, come on, we should dress you up like an idol to be old time's sake. Let's do it. Just so we could see, we could have a new CG with him dressed up like an idol, but like modern day. He, fix his hair a little. The man does really need to brush his hair. I'm just saying. Let's just give you a little bit of a better hairstyle so you don't look so rumpled. And then and I just want to see the slight glow up just for the moment. Now then, let's get started. After passing out the materials, we explained the project in detail and what we need from them. Well, if Higa's part of the project, we'll gladly do what we can to help. That's so adorable. That's what the company president said anyway, and the PR team's already been briefed. It seemed that threads of nervousness that binded Higa finally loosened. Thank you very much. I promise I'll do everything in my power to ensure the content lives up to your expectations. The agency employee looked proudly at Higa as he spoke. Then... May I come in? I heard a knock on the conference room door and a young man walked in. After a moment, I realized it was one of the men from the music video I saw earlier. You're like... I'm sorry. Oh, good, you're here. I'll have you know, Higa, that this young man here decided to become an idol because of you. I told him you were visiting today, and he insisted on stopping by to meet you. This is so fucking adorable. I'm gonna die. I love this for him so much. He's like, I wasn't that important to the group, and you're like, have you seen yourself? You're hot as fuck. Did you see this photo, Higa? Have you looked at this? What the shit? And then, fucking Yamamoto being like, shut up, you were important. The whole world fell apart when you left. He just doesn't think he's that important. Like, we need to give you some confidence, sir. Your little sad sack patheticness is adorable. Don't get me wrong. I'm here for it. I like it when they're a little pathetic and adorable. But, we need to, because he's not like, no, I suck. He's like, that wasn't that important. And everyone's like, yes, you were. And, this kid wanted to become an idol because of you. Not because of the group. I love that group. You in particular. Stop it! Oh, that's so adorable. It's gotta be awkward for Higa. I gotta be honest. Because, if I were in Higa's position, I'd feel the same way. Because, I love this for you, but it's also one of those, oh my god, everybody likes you, Higa. And he's like, what? Nobody liked me. And he's like, that's the way I feel, too. It doesn't help at work when I was, talking about a group that we work with. And I was like, I need somebody here to like me. And someone on my team goes, your bird likes you. And I was like... Ouch. Now I'm gonna go cry. What the fuck? Because it is really weird when my boss will tell me, oh, everybody blah, blah, blah. Well, likes my jokes or the fact that I put, little pictures in my emails and stuff like that. And I'm like, really? I thought I was just being obnoxious and annoying, but I was gonna do it anyway. Some people always used to tell me, oh, no, that's great. I love when you do that. You know what I mean? So I just kept doing it. I send virtual snacks in my meeting invites. I put pictures of cookies and drinks and things. So, when we have meetings, it's I can't provide real snacks for you, but here's some virtual ones. Calorie free. Perfect. Here's some chocolate chip cookies, cakes, whatever. And our team meeting, I'm the one that's responsible for setting this one up. I don't know why. But I changed the monthly to go with whatever. So, fall, you get, Halloween cookies and stuff. You get Christmas ones. You got some tropical summer drinks, right? Whatever. But just put, cute little pictures in there. Just a little bit of fun. And I used to, I started doing it, and then there were at least other people, oh, I really like that. That's funny. And I'm like, okay, so I just kept doing it. I'm also the weird lady that wears top hats to work when I used to go into the office. So, people know me, I'm weird. But it is strange for me if people are like, oh my god, I love seeing you around, or they like me. And I'm like, what? It's very strange for you guys to be here watching this and liking what I do. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, it does feel strange for me because I'm used to not being liked. So, when people are like, oh my god, I love, you guys appreciating the videos and having fun here, I'm like, that makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. And then I'm like, this is awkward. I don't know what to do. And then I feel like, Higa, I'm not that important in the scheme of the world, but you know what? if you guys are coming here and this makes you feel better when you're having shitty days, like, I'm gonna go blush and hide in a corner. So, like, I identify with Higa in this moment. You're like, yeah, you just want one person to be like, man, you make my day better. Well, shit, I'm gonna go cry now. I know some of you have said things like that. You don't have to keep saying it. Yes, you can. You can say it if you want. It's gonna make me feel awkward, but I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Oh, God. I mean, I tell you guys enough that I love you, but I do. I love you guys. And even if there's only 3 people that watch these videos, I know there's more than that, but that's all that matters. Because for 3 people, you're enjoying the content, good enough for me. I don't need, like, 1 million people following me. Like, I like the handful of you that are here, you know? This is also niche content, to be fair, but anyway. Just so you know. You in this situation are Higa, and I'm this, like, idle person, like, oh my god, I just love that you're here, and you mean the world to me. And I'm also Higa, and you're like this kid and being like, we love coming and watching your content. We're both Higa and the new idol boy together. Aw, group hug. Anyway, let's keep going before I get even sappier and I start to cry. We don't fucking need that. Nobody's died in this game yet. Anyway, I told him, oh, we already read that. The idol beamed with excitement as he eagerly shook hands with Higa, but I do love this for Higa because he's a little bit of a sad sack and he doesn't think he's that important, and like now everyone's telling him he really was. He really made an impression on people, and it's like, aw, you know, my older sister once took me to one of your shows. Oh God, yes! No, come back! They flashed too fast! No, bring it back! Oh my god, Idol Higa is so fucking hot. It kills me. That one concert was enough to make me an avid fan. I wanted to sing and dance like you, to make people happy like that. His voice was warm with admiration as Higa's eyes widened. I never... Higa shook his head, embarrassed. The talent agency employee patted Higa on the shoulder. Classic Higa. Why not try believing in yourself a little bit? Seriously, exactly. 2 people now have told you how important you were. You were a trailblazer for the next generation. You should be proud of that. Higa's face was the picture of shock. Oh. Then he smiled softly, his joy beating out his modesty. Yes, thank you. Our group will fully cooperate with your project. You can count on us. Thank you for the opportunity. That's wonderful to hear. Thank you in advance for all your help. From this interaction alone, I knew the project would become a resounding success. It makes me want to cry. Like, Higa's so happy and adorable. I just want to pet him and tell him he's precious. After going home that day... Oh. I was lying in bed reading on my phone when I got a notification on Ring from Higa. Cheers! Sorry to message you so late at night. Can we meet for a minute? Only a minute? Well, it has been like 5 years. I wondered what it was about if he couldn't mention it over Ring. But I was happy for the chance to see Higa twice in the same day. Got it! Thank you. I'll wait for you at the park where we usually meet. I quickly got dressed and headed out to the park. Good evening. Sorry for calling you out here so suddenly. This isn't a proposal because, like, this is a weird place to propose. But also kind of fitting for us, though, so maybe. I doubt it. I thought about asking you this next time I saw you, but I just couldn't wait. Are you going to ask me to move in with you? Higa bubbled with excitement. I wondered what all this was about. Had something good happened? Would you like to go on a date with me? You're so adorable and stupid. I love you. This is so cute. He's like, you want to go on a date? And you're like, we had a date, right? And then we confessed our feelings to each other. And then we met and we talked about it. And we're like, no, we're totally in love. And we told Hinata we're dating. And now you're asking me out on a date. You're doing this a little backwards. He's basically like, marriage has to be on the table. And we're like, totally, I'll marry you. And now we're going on a date. We're already basically pre-engaged. And now we're... was dumbfounded by the sudden invitation, and Higa bumbled on nervously. Sorry, I guess I left out all the details, huh? We haven't gone on a proper date together yet, right? That was true. The two of us had meals together, but we never called them dates. Well, I thought I guess technically will you go out to dinner with me alone, so I can thank you for whatever. Like, wasn't really a date, but it was kind of a date, but it wasn't like a date. Wasn't specifically specified to be a date, but it was still fucking a date. I managed to get a reservation at a nice restaurant next weekend. And I'll only be going on a trip with my parents that day and spending the night with them. Oh, we are so getting laid. We can have a whole day to ourselves and the night. Look at the look on his face. He's like, we're going to have the whole day to ourselves. And then you can come over and I can finally get laid after at least 4 years. We could go see a movie in the afternoon and go out for dinner after. What do you think? A whole entire day date. I love you. I was thrilled about this, and I had no other plans that day, but I wondered what he meant by a nice restaurant and asked him about it. To be honest, I'm not used to going to places like that either. At first, I thought we should go to a more informal restaurant like we always do. I think it's really cute because we're like, I want to go, but, like, what do you mean by a fancy restaurant? Like, that's the weirdest way to phrase it. She's, like, just curious about it. Like, oh, what restaurant are you talking about? But it's the way she's like, I would totally love to. But, like, what restaurant? Like, she's going to say no? You know what I mean? She'd be like, yeah, no, that sounds great. What kind of fancy restaurant are we talking, though? Do I need to, like, bring a ball gown? Because if we go to a movie, do I gotta dress up? Should I bring a change of clothes? Or are we, like, having, like, a fucking wardrobe changing montage going on here? Like, what kind of date are we talking? You know what I mean? Like, that I get, but, like, it's just the way they worded it. Just makes it seem really odd, like she's gonna reject him. And he's like, oh, this nice French restaurant. She's like, fuck you, I hate French restaurant. Like, it's so bizarre. Anyway. But now that we're dating, I think we should overdo it from time to time. You are adorable and I love you. I threw my mouse across the room. You don't want to go? I exclaimed that I wanted to go, of course. It made me a little nervous, but I was sure it'd be fun as long as I was with Higa. I'm very glad to hear that. Well, we should be heading back. Thanks for meeting me here. I like how he wanted to ask us in person. Sweet. Higa waved goodbye as he watched me walk out of the park. This is our last chapter, so we're going to absolutely, like, bone this man. I don't want to disrupt my bird, but I lost my mouse. So I can't change. I use my mouse, it's sitting on the pillow next to me, but if I move, I'm going to disrupt him. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm very sorry. I know. Oh, 38 minutes. Okay, we're fine. Do you need a break? I know. I'm very sorry. I threw the mouse on the floor because I adjusted my mouse pad sitting on my pillow, and then it went flying off the pillow because, pillows are curvy. And it did not want to sit on it. And you were so comfy and cozy, and I didn't want to disturb you because then I knew I have to give you potty breaks. And sometimes just, there you go. Good boy. I know you needed that. You're such a good birdie. Oh, you're just being such a good boy today. It's funny though, because like right as I was coming upstairs, he decided he needed to play. And he was shrieking and throwing his bells all over. And I was like, do you want to, you could have been playing the whole time I was on my fucking work call. He's like, no, I must be with you. You were going to grab your computer. Must play now. You're the weirdest fucking bird. Excuse me, I was trying to like sit down and he decided he wants to sit on my lap instead. He almost just like fell trying to climb down my shirt. Well, that's because of the vinyl on this shirt is not, what are you doing? He's like, wrong knee, I want to be on this one. You're so bizarre. Anyway, then came the day of our date. My washing machine is draining again. Jesus Christ. And that was fun. The last scene nearly had me in tears. I like the fact that on our date, he's wearing his fucking suit. After going out to see a movie, the two of us decided to walk around the mall until our reservation. The restaurant had a dress code, so Higa wore a suit. Okay, I mean, like, that's probably what I was assuming, but it's like, we got all dressed up to go to... You know what? It's still fun. I remember we went to a burlesque show that was at this, like, one, like, club where they also did, like, drag shows and stuff like that. And we went with a bunch of friends, and me and my ex-boyfriend went, and it was, like, We decided to get all dressed up. I wore like this fancy fucking, like this nice ass fucking dress. He put on a suit and everything. And our friends are like, "Are you going to the prom?" We're like, fuck yeah. Like, it was kind of really weird. We're going to this thing. We're like, let's just get all dressed up. Whatever. I wore like one of my cute little like pin-up dresses and like my boobs were out. Okay. Like, cause it is very cleavagey. So it was just, but it was fun. It's like every once in a while you got to get fucking dressed up like you're going to the prom. So hanging out at the movies, dressed up in a suit and a nice dress. You know, I'm here for it. It is just funny though. I was wearing a brand new prim dress to match. Like, it looks like prim dress? You mean prom dress? No, it says prim dress. It's so nice to talk like this right after the movie. I only watch movies at home after tucking Hinata into bed. If I go to the theater, it's for a kid's movie. So we didn't go see Finding Nemo, I guess. It's been a long time since I felt like this. Just so excited to be out with you. Sorry, I guess I'm just acting overly excited, aren't I? No, but we love it. It's adorable. Higa seemed to really enjoy himself, so I allowed myself to embrace my joy too. We were on a date. There was nothing wrong with enjoying it, I insisted. So that's when we grabbed his hand and we skipped through them all together. Like we're 15. Or 8. Whatever. I suppose you're right. Well, while we're at it, we also have not kissed this man, so... Higa smiled playfully and gently held my hand. Is this all right for today? Although I felt a bit flustered, I agreed. You're like, yes, it's all right. It's starting its spin cycle. I can already hear it thunking a little. We ended our date at a high-end restaurant. We've been here with Yoshioka. It was famous for its beautiful city view. I nervously sipped my aperitif, which was sweet and delicious. Is that how they're pronounced? Aperitif? Is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. I snuck a glance at Higa, who was serenely looking out the window. Noticing my gaze, he smiled and tilted his head to the side. Oh, you think this kind of environment suits me, huh? I'm not so sure I agree. It's an act more than anything else. I'm trying to act like the type that can remain calm and composed even while enjoying dinner at a place like this. He's calm and composed, because you know you're going to kiss me later, and then we're falling into bed. This is happening. Are we going to get to that in this part? Maybe. For example, someone like Yoshioka. Yeah, he belongs in a place like this, we know. I assumed you'd want to marry someone like him instead of me. Honestly, no. Listen, I know Yoshioka's the prince. I do like the fact that we had, a past with him and stuff. That was really cute. And, there wasn't really anything wrong with Yoshioka. It's not like I hate him. But honestly, in theory, if you told me Yoshioka's the princely guy, he's going to be head of the company, and, it's a childhood, kind of romance, you were childhood friends and then become lovers later, and, whatever. Okay. And then you told me Higa was he's single dad. Blends into the wallpaper. Yeah, Yoshioka would have, right off the bat, would have been yes, everything about this. Yes. Princely, beautiful, rich boy who was my childhood love. Yeah. Versus, guy with a kid. Yeah. And yet, no, here we are. Absolutely would choose Higa over Yoshioka any motherfucking day. I don't know what it is about Yoshioka's route that was just it was enjoyable to read, but after the fact, I'm not oh my god, he's the best. I'm yeah, no, I'm still eh. He had beautiful CGs, though. Let's be real. But, I know it was fun to read, minus the whole, arranged marriage and all the drama, but I just am not, feeling him after the fact. It's no, it was fun to read, but no, I wouldn't pick him over Higa. Absolutely not. Not in a million years. Which is just odd, because again, theoretically, he should be the one I would pick over you, but nope. No chance. Higa was putting himself down again. I didn't like seeing him do that, and I made sure to tell him as much. Oh, you want me to act like I usually do? Why's that? I said it was because I was on a date with him, not Yoshioka, and I would choose you in a heartbeat over Yoshioka. Plus, besides, have you seen you in that idol photo? Can you text that to me? Seriously, send it to me. I want to put that as my phone background. As much as I appreciated him playing it cool, all I really wanted was to enjoy this date with him. I see. But I suppose you're right. If I'm the one you're dating, I should just be myself. And also, like, I do love the fact that you think I'm too good for you. Like, that's lovely. I need you to get over that eventually, but I don't want you to be like, oh, you're too good for me, whatever. And then I'm like, no, no, no. And then you're like, yeah, you're right, bitch. And then you turn into an incel. He's not going to be that guy. He's not trying to bamboozle me. But you know what I mean? We've seen it happen. Not in games, in reality. But, like, no, I mean, I don't mind you thinking that I'm, like, out of your league, because that makes me feel a little better about myself. But I don't want you to always be down. I want you to be like, she is so out of my league, so I'm just going to like make sure let her know all the time how much I love her. I don't need you to worship me or buy me expensive shit or anything. I just need worship me, yes. I need you to be like, God, you're amazing and I love you. So I can be like, you're amazing and I love you. And then we can just both be that sickeningly disgusting couple that everybody hates. So that's what I want. Higa relaxed and returned to eating his dinner. The food was so delicious, and we loved each and every plate delivered to us. After we finished dinner, we walked to our usual park. We found a nearby bench and sat next to each other. Seems like we always end up back here. We're gonna get married in this park, aren't we? The restaurant was like a dream, and now we're back to reality. In a good way, of course. This park really had established itself as our go-to place to unwind. It's been a few months since we met Spacey, but so much has happened. He's calling me by my first name. Higa started talking softly as he opened his heart about the past. Wow. Ever since my wife passed, I thought I had to dedicate the rest of my life to Hinata. Of course, I don't mean that negatively. I decided to give my everything to him all on my own. Higa's face was so tranquil as he spoke, yet his downcast eyes betrayed the sadness he had felt back then. I gave up on so much of my life, and I think I simply used Hinata as an excuse for giving up. Work was a routine, a means for me to put food on the table. I assumed that love was a feeling I'd never know again. Oh. Oh. I just want to hold this man so hard right now. But it's also different now. I find work enjoyable, and Higa turned his gaze to me. Hinata and you, I want to dedicate the rest of my life to making you both happy. Sold. It's all thanks to you that I can see things this way again, Spacey. Higa reached out and brushed his hand across my cheek. Are you gonna fucking kiss me or not? This is killing me! His face edged a little closer to mine, and yes, CG time, yes, and it better. Oh, yeah, all right, here we go. We've been waiting for this for so long! We kissed. Oh, it's about time. Wait. I'm trying to check out her dress. Kind of just looks like a top and a skirt, but like, what if? It was the lightest touch. Gentle, delicate, and genuine. Ah. The heat from our bodies mixed, like our hearts were melting together, and now your body should go to one of your houses and melt together. Come on. Oh, I love you from the bottom of my heart. I know, and I love you too. But I think our life will be tough, and I'm afraid things will be hard for you. There may be times when people look at us with curiosity or confusion. Why? He was right. Our future wouldn't be all sunshine and rainbows. No future ever is. There'd certainly be hardships and trials ahead. Every life is like that. But I still wanted to be with Higa. I mean, it's also going to be difficult because you got to be kind of like a stepmom. So there's going to be times where Hinata's going to be a problem. Because, like, even though he's happy now, he's going to get into, like, the petulant stage where he's going to be, you're not my real mom! And it's like, I'm going to beat this kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not always going to be a little rainbow, you know? But that's, all kids are like that. Even if it's your own kid, they still act like assholes. So, you know. But, like, I just don't understand is, like, our life could be very difficult. How so? Aside from, like, yeah, it's different going from being a single woman to dating a man with a kid. That is a big jump. Sure, but any relationship, even if you're not in a relationship, every life is filled with strife and trials. especially in the modern world. But you know what I mean? Like, you get, like, that's just existing. It's not always fun, you know? No matter what happened, nothing would ever come between us, and I told him that. And that's reassuring to hear. Thank you. Let's see what our future holds. Together. Let's go figure that out right now. Our lips met once more. It didn't matter what happened. I'd support him no matter what. His warmth wrapped around me as I made that silent promise to myself. It's like this is going to be the transition and the end of our date and we didn't get to bone this man. Is this the end of the fucking route? Excuse me? Why are we basically... Wait a minute. Do we not have any more choices? Hold on a second. No, that's it. Best end, perfect end. No. Where? I wasn't expecting this to be our end part. Where do we bone this man? Excuse me. Should have been the hottest scene in the whole fucking game. And I gotta be honest, they've been slowly disappointing me with the sexy time scenes. Because, like, we fucked Nori that one time on the couch and they were just like... The next day it was like, and the next day, and then like I slept with him and you're like, excuse me, what? Am I supposed... What? We only knew because he's like, he woke up naked. And we're like, excuse me? You kind of glossed over that. I mean, we boned him later, so it was fine. But, like, we don't even get to fuck Higa? Really? Rude! Fucking rude! Anyway, some time had passed since then. The joint project between our two companies was, with the male idol column, was implemented in Astarcy. It had information about concerts and albums, along with photos and videos of the idols. There were even behind-the-scenes shots only on Astarcy. The wide range of information became especially popular among young women, skyrocketing Astarcy's download count. With all this momentum, I was sure Astarcy would avoid getting shut down. Maybe we'll, like, because this is like an... Okay, maybe, like, we'll get it soon here. On one particular weekend, it was Hinata's 6th birthday. We decided to celebrate at Evergreen after getting a great deal on food and the go-ahead from a kid-friendly party from Tanaka. During my walk there, I overheard a conversation between some women passing by. Oh, hey, did you see the 10-second video upload on Astarcy today? Yeah, I did. The one for Kentu, right? Kentu, a member of a very popular idol group, particularly popular among young women and gay men who just can't admit that they're gay. Yeah, and the part in the green room where he's wearing glasses? Wasn't that great? Right? Every bitch loves glasses. Okay. Passerby A is me. He was wearing glasses! My weakness. Next to vests and flair. Yeah, that was so powerful. He isn't my favorite, but I totally swooned. Same. You don't have to be my favorite. You slap glasses on any one of these motherfuckers, and I'm like, I'm in. Honestly, I didn't really care about Astarcy, but these features have been amazing. Right? I tried looking at some of the other articles. It's actually pretty interesting. Hearing positive feedback from users made me grin. It made me especially happy to hear their praise for the content I had helped develop. With a spring in my step, I continued toward Evergreen. Okay, this is going to be like when we did Nori and it kept, and I'm like, okay, we're going to stop here. And then it was like, that's what's going to happen. So this is not quite the end, but it's kind of the wrap up. This is like the after credit scenes, but there's like an hour of them. We better get to fuck this man is all I'm saying. I will be so fucking pissed if you don't give me sexy scenes with him. He better put on his idol uniform and do a sexy idol dance for us. Or do the blade mask dance for us. That better be part of his fucking foreplay routine, okay? Try to impress me like you're a bird, sir. See, that's why idol boys get it. Because they're up there strutting and dancing in like sparkly costumes like birds. They're like peacocking up there, and it's like, that's what, see? That's what it is. God, more men need to try that. I'm telling you. Anyway. After arriving, I saw Tainaka setting up a table with food the manager had cooked. I smiled. Oh my God, my washing machine just stopped. So, like, it did not bust out of its grooves. Damn. I smiled uncontrollably, thinking how happy Hinata would be when he saw it. Then come on, hurry. Hinata's going to arrive soon. Tainaka pushed me to help arrange the dishes on the table. Uh-oh. That's when Hinata and Tsukihiko arrived. We're actually calling him by his name now.
Wow, that's amazing!
Hinata's eyes glittered as soon as he saw what was on the table.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I'm 6 now, so I speak like a man. Just kidding. Seeing him smile like that made his happiness utterly infectious. Thank you for everything today, everyone. It's not a problem. There's no greater joy than seeing my favorite customers happy. And you're going to give me some greater joy later. We get to date this man next, I'm pretty sure. This is the end, right? Because, like, he's the last one. Yeah.
Right. Besides, I wanted to meet Higa and Hinata too.
Huh? Tanaka smiled mischievously while Tsukihiko's brow furrowed. Wow.
To tell you the truth, I was giving relationship advice to Spacey about you, Higa. I was worried about how things would go, so I'm glad it all worked out.
Advice? Oh, I see. Well, I hope hearing about me wasn't too troublesome. I thought I saw Tsukihiko narrow his eyes at Tanaka for a moment. You're like, Nori just lived with me and slept on my couch for a while. Don't worry about it. But he was acting like his normal self again, so maybe it was just my imagination. He's like, were you dating that man? Because he's gorgeous. And you're like, I know. And he's adorable. And he's a little pupper doodles. You're just going to have to deal with him in the man harem, okay? Boop. But I still love you. And I'm just saying, every once in a while, put on that idol costume. It'll make things fun.
Hey, I'm hungry. Let's eat.
With Hinata's remark, everyone sat down at the table. Hinata, happy birthday. Happy birthday! Everyone sang it. So. With that, the party started. I love the fact that it's just the 3 of us and then the bartender and the fucking bar wench. Nori is the bar wench, absolutely. Oh my god, are we gonna get... Okay, like, maybe now. But we'll have to get it in the next part, so... I'm going to stop here. We will probably finish this then in the next part, and it might be a shorter part, but whatever. And hopefully we get laid. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.